Well, Jeff was the first look over the top, and for whatever reason, we didn't think it was there, and it may not have been there. I mean, I'll go back and watch it. And then Rondo, isolated on a rookie on the right wing. I felt pretty good when he got the ball reversed to him, and again, give Joe Harris a lot of credit. He did a great job in that possession, and I would have, we were trying to just space and rip and drive and play. But yeah, I mean, that's I told Rondo that those plays start with me, and I'll be responsible for that one.
I lost the ball. Give them credit. They played good defense. I lost the ball and didn't get the shot off in time. I'm still getting accustomed to the rotations. There's a lot of different guys thrown out there. We play a deep roster, maybe 12 or 13 guys. So, it's nothing. We'll adjust on the fly, and we've got some pretty good chemistry. It's just, we're giving up 100 points every night. So it's not our offense, it's our defense.
Celtics blow it 122-121 to LeBron and the Cavs in a pretty incredible regular season game. This is the Garden Report on CLNS Radio and Celtics Blog. All right, welcome to the Garden Report. My name is Jared Weiss. We've got Julian Edlow of CLNS Radio at WEI.com. And a newcomer to the show, welcome aboard, Tom Westerholm of Celtics Hub. Accidentally of Celtics Blog according to his credentials tonight. So we figured why not just pretend he's on Celtics Blog. So welcome to the show, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Fun having you on for the first time. You already had the plaid uniform on. You're clearly fitting in pretty well already.
I took it from the starters. Yeah.
So we're going to go to you first since you think you're Task Mellis tonight. So I want your hot take on that last play there. Rondo dribbles the ball, loses the ball, up fakes, takes a shot, but it's like a second after the clock's already gone. What did you see happening there?
A lot of things. It was a breakdown just basically of everything that Brad Stevens clearly tried to draw up. It looked like Jeff Green tried to get a back pick that didn't work. Rondo got the ball. Jared Sellinger tried to run a pick and roll. And it's going to be tough to run a pick and roll with 2 seconds left in the game. So Rondo kind of pulled it back, just couldn't get off a shot. He fumbled the dribble a little bit. It was interesting. Stevens talked a little bit after the game and credited rookie Joe Harris with a good defensive stop. It looked like it was Sean Marion who actually kind of shut the play down.
It didn't look like it was.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and say it was Sean Marion. But Marion played really good defense. Yeah. He really just blew that play up, and Rondo couldn't get the shot off. It was a tough way for a really good game to end for Rondo.
Yeah, that was a good breakdown. We talked about before we went on here about how much worse the play looked from up here where we were sitting, and then we kind of watched it unfold on replay, and it really wasn't as bad as we thought. Rondo legitimately kind of lost the ball, and then they got things going a little bit late. So, it obviously could have gone better. Rondo could have gotten something going a little earlier in the clock. You never want to get the pick and roll going with 2 seconds left, but it wasn't as bad as we originally thought.
Well, see, the thing is, so we were sitting right where we're shooting right now.
We were.
And from this almost exact angle. And it looked from this angle that Rondo did have a driving lane around Marion. But because he lost the ball, he wasn't able to get
kind of his back kind of shielded us from that fumble. I never really saw him fumble the ball. I just thought it looked like he almost dribbled the clock out from up here. So that obviously wasn't the case.
Maybe he thought they were winning and forgot.
That would be a bold move.
Yeah.
I think he actually considered taking a three-pointer too. It looked like that was his first thought, and then he fumbled it, and then it was just a problem from there on.
And he actually didn't even take a three-pointer in this game, which is kind of surprising because he was hitting them the game before. Yeah. The weird thing for me was that Rondo lost track of time. And Tom, we don't really see that ever happen with Rondo. He's usually very acutely aware of the situation.
He is quite aware of numbers, generally. That's kind of his thing. He's a brilliant player. And when you see a brilliant player make a weird mistake, it's just something. Something feels off about the whole play. But it was a mistake that, clearly, if Rondo can make that mistake, anybody can make that mistake. It was just a weird play.
So, no, you got a take? I want to hear your takes.
That's it. No takes.
Only if it's sizzling.
Okay, so he did go up against LeBron. That was hilarious, by the way. But seriously, he went up against LeBron. He wanted that challenge. He wanted to go against LeBron. We have there's just so many great highlights of him covering LeBron over the years, when he was in Cleveland, when he was in Miami. I mean, Rondo, what other point guard in the league wants to cover LeBron? I mean, you don't see that.
Yeah.
You see teams scrambling to find like really big twos or quick threes to try to cover him. And you have this 6'1" point guard that he gets out muscled, and that's an issue. And we saw that come to fruition on that second to last play there, where he wanted to stop LeBron. He wanted to get in front of LeBron. LeBron just blew by him immediately. He had to foul
Right.
him. And the funny thing is, usually guys try to wrap up LeBron, and he still gets a shot off. But somehow he managed to get enough hands on the ball that LeBron couldn't get the shot off.
Yeah, I mean, total credit for Rondo for, wanting the job on LeBron. That says a lot about him no matter how the play goes. Typically, Rondo's done a decent job with LeBron. He can stick with him in terms of kind of lateral quickness, but then, it comes to size, height, and weight. Those things kind of come into play in the NBA, and that doesn't work out as well for Rondo. But you can credit him with, he did wrap up LeBron. He didn't let him get the shot off, and LeBron went to the free throw line. That's not a total loss. It's not what you were hoping for, but, it was, regardless of how the play went, I think it was good to see Rondo step up and say, I'm the leader of this team. Crunch time, big game, primetime player, and step up and take that assignment.
I think that's true. I do think that it showed a little bit of. I think he shouldn't have taken that on himself. I think that there were much better defensive options than Rondo, and all the credit to Rondo. Like you said, as a competitor, he's clearly just one of the best competitors in the league.
This is where Jeff Green should come into play, right?
Jeff Green, even Brandon Bass. I mean, any of those guys who are big enough to to kind of keep the body in front of LeBron. That's the problem. He's so strong. Rondo's very strong too, but he's 6'1". I mean, and LeBron is just a monster. So you're gonna struggle in that situation, especially because I don't think Rondo quite has all of his lateral movement back as a defender, and that's such a problem. A little guy can get in the way. He can maybe mess up the dribble a little bit, but not if he can't stay in front of him, and that was a problem.
And the thing is, Rondo's good on LeBron maybe 30 feet away,
Yeah.
because he can get under LeBron's chest into his shorts and not let him get a comfortable dribble. But I
Once
think
LeBron gets by.
I think LeBron was like at the top of the key when Rondo picked him up, and
Yeah.
there's no chance at that point. LeBron needs 2 steps, 1 dribble at that point. So you're not.
Took us,
that's where you need the muscle.
Took us back to the days of Doc Rivers throwing Stephon Marbury on LeBron. Reminded me of that.
I actually completely forgot about that.
Yeah, I didn't
That
remember
happened.
That's
That was
really
a thing.
scary.
All
That's
right.
really
That did
scary.
happen.
Okay, so really quickly, last 30 seconds here. LeBron, 41 points. He had 7 assists. I mean, it's a huge game. I mean, Julian, how good was LeBron tonight? Did he break out of that slump that's been plaguing him pretty much the entire year so far?
16 for 27 shooting for 41 points will break you out of a slump. He was ridiculous tonight. He took over the game in all the ways that he needed to take over the game. He got to the free throw line late. He hit big 3-pointers in the fourth quarter. 7 assists, got his teammates involved. He did miss a big free throw, I guess, can be the only knock on him, but the Cavs got the win, so LeBron was the player we expect LeBron to be.
Absolutely. I think we've seen this season, we've seen him struggle a little bit, but I wonder how much of that was him just trying to get his teammates involved, get the offense going. And tonight, I think he really wanted to beat the Celtics.
Yeah.
I think that was a thing that he's kind of set his mind to and decided he was going to do.
It's apparently still a rivalry, even if only one team is really competing for the title.
Yeah.
So part 2, we'll come back. We'll talk about Kyrie Irving's incredible second half, talk a little bit more LeBron, and then talk about Kelly Olynyk, who is kind of the best player on the team right now, maybe, at least from an offensive standpoint.
Kind of maybe.
Maybe. We'll talk about it. Part 2 coming on up. CLNS Radio, Celtics blog. This is the Garden Report. We'll be right back with you.
No, like I said, it just came from, I started attacking a little bit more, and started looking for my shot a little bit more. Coming off that pick and roll, they were a little soft, throughout the 3 quarters, but we were getting the shots that we wanted, and they were great shots. But fourth quarter was just my time to be a little bit more aggressive, shot-wise, and like I said, shots were falling. Guys were setting great screens for me.
1 point not good enough. It is what it is. I mean, there's no moral victories. We can't talk about learning. We've got to get better. We've got to do it. And I think that's where we all are, and can't get frustrated with it. We can't, lose sight of the fact that we're 8 games in and not 70 games in. But the good news is there is a belief growing, but it's got to be rounded out.